Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today I'm back in my living room, or my formal living room, and today I'm going to be doing my vases that I have that sit on this side of the house. I've got 5 vases. I'm just gonna turn the camera this way so you can see. So here they are. So I got this one here, which I haven't had any florals in it for a while, but I've got the blue and white beads. This nice big white jug with some dried stuff. This nice big one here. It's got the blue. Still got some of these still have ready for Christmas or winter. I took the obvious Christmas ornament florals down for the most part. So like these are like quite tall vases. Like this is my shortest vase. But I like to make my florals look big, and so I'll actually, some florals will sit down. I'll show as I take it apart, and then I take other ones, and instead of putting all the floral stems, I guess, in the very bottom, I will actually, turn this one this way, do something like this where, oops, I guess it got stuck. Okay, so like this. So I've got this one here, so this stem was all the way down in the pot into the plant, and then just to give a contrast, well, this one's have to be easy because it's just one of these little curly spiral ones. I was able to just stick this in like that, and then it just adds that much more height to it. Now, of course, I had it kind of tucked in and out and around like that, and then I also took these. Do this for a second. I also took these branches, like sometimes I'll clip them apart, but they come like this, and I just kind of spread them out as far as I can possibly make them go, and then it just adds height and I guess like width to your florals. So I'll do that too. So I'm just going to take these 5 ones. Oh, I've got the other tall one over here, and it's really tall vase as well. This one usually just sits on the floor, and it's got such a narrow opening here for the neck that actually most of these aren't even, only one of these florals is actually stuck in. The rest of them, I have them, the hooks bent back up, and I have it tied with a zip tie, just so it looks like all the florals are in here. It also adds some more like thickness here by kind of pushing many of the stems down, and then having some of them going down, and then the stems coming back up. And then I've got these ones, these wired berry picks, and I've just got them wrapped around going up, so it adds thickness to it, so it gives it some more thickness to the stems are, and then it adds, height and width as I work my way out. So these are the 5 I'm going to work with. Now I was going through my florals, so I have this tub here when I was doing the basement. So this tub here is all my florals. Now these are all winter and Christmas florals. At the very bottom of here, I have I guess some of my, wouldn't really be my fall, because my fall ones are still in the other basket. The cornucopias, my cornucopia centerpieces. I've got 2 of them, or 3. I don't know. I had a bunch. I kept 2. I think I kept 2 for sure. It might have been 3 I kept. And they're huge, so they'll take up the bottom of this. But most of this stuff here is just my winter and Christmas florals. So I went through and I took out all my summer and spring florals. I don't have many. So this is all I have for spring and summer florals. So I'll spread these out so you can see what they look like. I've got different ones. I don't even know what they're called anymore because I've used these for so many years now. But they're the spring flowers, and they've got the little eggs in them. So I got pink, purple, and blue. I thought I had a yellow one, and I just cannot find it. And then I've got, I think this is actually, that's Christmas. I don't know, must have just got tangled. That one's Christmas. This one here, again, some of these berry picks, they just kind of tangle on each other. Oops, that's more Christmas ones. These ones here, and it's got these little clear butterflies. I don't know how old these are. I've had these for so long. I got these at a secondhand store. The butterflies are starting to like really like fall off. Like this one I've actually have had to retwist it on with just a regular twist tie, and it's all coming off. So I'm gonna have to fix these ones before I use them. Although I think I might just take the butterflies completely off and do something else with those. So I'm just gonna set that aside because those ones are all falling apart. Then I got some of these pussy willows that I recently bought, I think like 2 years ago. Not sure where I found them, but about 2 years ago I found some of these. And I just have not used them. Okay, so I bought them from Dollarama, $1.50 for each of them. So I've got 3 of those. I'm not going to use the pussy willows today. I have another idea for them for another craft. So I'll set those ones aside because I'm not going to use those. And then I have more of these really fun looking grassy ones. I've got pink, blue, yellow, green, purple. So I got like 5 of them. It's hard to see, but they're all tangled. But again, they look like those Christmas berry picks, but actually the shape of these look more like Easter eggs. And I do have another project for these, so I'm going to set these ones aside. I might use these today, but I had another project I wanted to use them on. But I'm just going to set these ones aside. These ones I've had for a long time and I've never used them. I got them at a secondhand store or a garage sale or something. These were originally from Michael's, and at the time they were like $4 a bundle, and I've got 2 of them. I have something else I want to use these on, but I think I might not do that because I'm looking at the way these look with this white vase back here or the other brown vase. So I might actually end up using these. And I got this other little, I think it might actually be the Christmas pick, but these kind of remind me more of the Easter eggs, so I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to stick those back with the Christmas ones because I'm not ready for Easter at the moment. And then I have these ones, and oops, they're all falling apart on me. I've had these for so many years. I know I got these at one of the dollar stores, and I use them every spring. And I thought they were just regular flowers. I wasn't even paying attention. And then my daughter noticed that, no, they're not regular flowers. They are actually butterflies. So each bundle has like 6 butterflies. So I got this yellow, the blue, like a peachy color, and the purple. And as you can see, they're really falling apart. So I'm going to have to fix these because all the little butterflies are all off. So I'm going to have to set these ones aside and fix these ones. But I didn't have too many florals, so last night I went to the dollar store and I was looking for florals, and recently I hadn't seen very much when I was at Dollar Tree and I was at the 2 other Dollaramas, and they didn't really seem to have a nice spring florals out yet. But yesterday I found these lilies. They just say Easter on them. So they're just the Easter tag, and they were $1.75. So I bought 6. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I was cleaning and dusting, so I've been sneezing this morning. Okay, so like I said, these are so nice for like $1.75. And you get 2 open and then 2 that are closed and ready to be open. And so I bought 6 of those. And I also found they had the little lavender, which I've never seen. I've seen other people say that their dollar store had them. I have never seen them, and they look so good. I mean, it's a felt, kind of like a paperweight felt or something. And they're so soft, but they look so real. And these were $1.50 a pick, and so I bought, it's called Lavender Bunch. So they have them in, oops, one got broke. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this one back in here. that does happen. I'll fix that in a second. So they have them in 3 different colors. They've got the white, the dark purple, if I can get them unstuck, and the light purple. So I bought 2 of each color. So I got 2 white, 2 dark purple, and 2 of the light purple. And I think they're just gonna look perfect in my black vase. I'm just gonna set these ones aside. Okay, so that is what I have for florals to work with. So I am going to start with the black vase because that one I think will actually be the easiest to do. So I'm just gonna pause for a second and get myself reset up. Okay, so I'm gonna do this black vase first. So I'm going to take these out, and as I take these winter, I forget what they were, the willow with the snow on them, I'm just going to put them in the other container and get them, you know, to get ready to use these for next winter. And then I'm going to take out all the Christmas decorations out of here as well. These ones were all bought at the dollar store. So these are all these different Christmas ones. These are these pine cones, these little balls, or these glittered balls. They were over the years. Just buy a few at a time, and then I can just stick them in my florals. I can take my florals and go from, you know, like just a average everyday floral to a winter Christmas floral by just adding a couple picks, and I don't even have to do too much else to it sometimes. So that's what I'm going to do with this one, because this one here, these are all my more wooden dried florals. Just take these out. Take these out. And this is the newest one I bought, so it's still taped together. I bought this from Winners or Marshalls or something like that. It would have been just in their clearance for just under, I don't pay more than $10 for these florals when I buy them at the brand new, so I know I didn't pay that much for it. This vase I have had for so long. I'm gonna have to repair it very soon. I bought this, I was expecting my youngest, so I mean, I bought this before she was born, and she just turned 15, so I've had this vase for 15 years, and I do use it with real water because it has the liner here, but I can't tell you the number of times where the water, either this has a hole in it, which is why I no longer use it for real florals, or when I was just adding the water would always puddle inside here. So then I decided to stop using it for real florals because I didn't want it to get damaged and wrecked. And then I do keep rocks in this one only because it's the shape. I mean, I know it's supposed to taper up and it's fine, but I do find sometimes even with these artificial florals, it can get a little top heavy because it's a bigger square up here than here, so that it's tapered up. And so if I put florals in, and if I have them the way I have them going outward, sometimes it'd be uneven. So I keep rocks in there. So I'm just going to keep this bundle still attached together. And I'm just going to, I think I got to dump some of those rocks out first just so I can put this in and then get the rocks around it. Do that. Get this to come straight like that, and then just add the rocks down the sides. And these rocks were ones that my kids have collected from down by the river. In the summer, we'll go take the dog to the dog park down by the river, and so there's other little things in here. This would be one of our last trips we made to the river. So some little pieces of dried bark in here. So these I actually don't want to put back in here. I'm just going to set those aside. By pouring it on here, I don't have a big mess. I can clean that up easier later. So now this one here, I wanted to use all this lavender with it. So I'm just going to cut the price tags off. And I'm just going to move these. Oops. And then when I do this, because it has the double layer, just to stay straight, because I'm going to be adding my other ones in, but I want to get these ones, the lavender, in first. So I'm actually tucking the lavender between the outside and the lining, just so it's got something to hold onto. And it won't get, and then that way these won't get damaged with the other wooden, like the dried floral picks. I like to just pull these out, and just so you can see how many there are. Don't want it to get stuck on anything. There. So I'll do these light purple in the front, and I'll put the dark purple in the back, and then I'll put one each of the white on the two sides. I mean, if I needed to, I can always just run back to the dollar store and buy a few more if I think I needed a few more to help fill this in. Like that. Now let's do the side one here. Like I said, if I needed to go back, if I felt like I needed more, I'll probably buy some more. Like, now that I see them, I do like them. But, you know, when you just see them, you're not quite sure how they're going to look in the arrangement. You know, just, I don't want to spend too much money on florals that I may or may not like. So I always start with buying one or two of each picked, and then you bring them home and you see how they look. And there's some other florals I like, but I was not ready to spend $3.50 or $4.75 on one single flower. I like to buy the picks that have lots of things, and also these ones, they just brought them out, so they don't really have much out for their spring stuff and spring and summer yet. They're just starting to bring it out, so I don't want to waste like a lot of money and right now to buy a whole bunch of florals if they might have some better ones coming in. So now I'm just going to move this. So, you know, I don't even think you can see the purple ones. I'm actually going to move those purple ones. I'm not going to put them there. I'm actually going to move them to the side here. Oops. Have them on the sides because you're not going to see them in the back. I mean, especially if I go like this, push this back to the, push that down to the back there, and then I can move these more out that way, like that. And then I can get these other ones tucked in here. This one always pricks me. It's got, I don't know what kind of thing this is, but it's got like real thorns on here. And every time I go to put it in or take it out or something, I always get hurt with it. So I like to tuck this one here in the front so I know which one it is. because I love the color and shape of it, but it's the really prickly one, so I'll try to keep it to the front. And I got some of these like dried like palm branches, I guess. And I tuck these more into the back. Another big bundle. These things always get stuck to each other. Another big bundle of these curly ones, and again, I keep them kind of together because once I take them apart, these just get tangled on everything. So actually these ones, I think I'm not going to put back in this arrangement. I think I like them with the other one. So I'm going to set that aside for now and see how it looks with the other arrangement. Actually, there's another one of these, but this one doesn't have the thorns on it. Stick that one there. I don't want to get caught on those. Again, these are just these dried wooden flowers. I don't know where I've gotten them. Like I said, sometimes some of them were, you know, they're secondhand, or else if they were in the bigger bundles, I do buy them from, like I said, Winners and Marshalls. I always try to get them to turn so that you can see that they are flowers. It's really hard to see what I'm doing. I don't know how it's angled. There. My puppy, she's just sleeping. This one here, its thing broke. So I'm just going to snap that off, and I'm just going to put this in a different pile. And because it's now short, I'm just going to tuck it in here. It's going to be hard to see, but it's still in there. It gives, you know, a color contrast. Unless I stick it. Let's see, can I stick it in here? So he said sometimes you can just stick the broken ones in like there. See, now it's sticking up at the top. Just going to hide the stem. There. See, the stem only comes to here, but if I kind of stick the stem between some of the other reeds, then you don't know where the stem ends, and it just gives it that extra little bit of height that if I would have stuck it down here, you would barely see it. But now I've stuck it at the very top, so now it's at the very top of my arrangement. More of these little curly ones. Got a nice pussy willow. See, this would have been from a fall one I bought, and I don't think I have any of it left. I know it was from Thanksgiving one I bought. It had a scarecrow in it and stuff. Now this leaf here is actually from a rose that my husband had gotten me, and it actually had, the leaves were kind of tinted with a little bit of the gold spray paint. So this, and then I've let it dry out. The rose is actually somewhere in one of my potpourris that I've made, and I always just keep the leaf, and I just tuck the leaf in this arrangement because it always looks so pretty, because you get some of the gold will pick up on some of the lighting, and a lot of my stuff around my house is gold accent. And another one of these dried grass reed pieces. Like I said, I love the dry stuff. It looks natural, like different types of seed pods on little bamboo sticks. Oops, it just wants to slide all the way down so you can't see it. So again, I'm just going to stick it in this one. Oops, that slid all the way down too. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside, and I'll figure out why that just doesn't want to stay where I want it to go. See some more of these pussy willow ones. I'm just going to set them there. Just want to get these other ones put in. As I get more of these put in, then I'll have other places for the other ones to stick to. Now this one actually goes with the other flower arrangement. So I'll do that. See, this is the floral. So I got some of these on these sticks, and I have that one that came off of its stick, and I think this is the stick for it. And it was in the arrangement, so I said until I found the stick, I just had it sitting on my little display table. So now I found its stick, so now I can reattach it to its stick and put it in here later today with the other arrangements. Get some of these tucked in back here. Pussy willow one, one more of these here, and I can start putting in the pussy willow ones wherever they want to fit. So now this is the stick for that other one. I'm just going to set the stick aside so I don't lose it again. Yeah. So now I've got my arrangement all made, and it went from, you know, like that winter Christmas to now it's got the lavender in it. So now it's like a nice spring summer display, and it sits over here. I'm just trying to move this. I was moving the furniture yesterday, so I know that never got put in its right spot. So this sits right there. That so you can see. Then I will go and fluff the lavender out a little bit more just so you can see it easier. Especially the purple, the dark purple is kind of tucked in more at the back, so I'm going to try to bring it out to the sides a little more. But there is the first floral arrangement. There. Just going to move this stuff here. Make a little pile of stuff on the floor. I'm just going to wipe my table off quickly. And I'll just re-vacuum. I still didn't even mop yet, so I know I've got to mop my floor. I wanted to get my florals done yesterday, but I just didn't get a chance. So now I'm going to do this white one. And this white one actually sits on a tall pedestal right by the front door. So when you're actually on the front step, sometimes you can see it in the door, sometimes you can't. My daughter found these dried, they were really pretty when she brought them home. And so it's some type of a plant, a weed, I don't know. She was walking down the alley and she found them, she brought them home, and we dried them out. And I said, oh, they look so pretty next to my other dried little bundles of things. Again, this one I bought fairly new. I bought this one, it would have been newer, and I spent a lot of money on this one. I know I paid more than I should have, but I really loved these little pods, shell things, whatever they are, seeds. I'm not quite sure. And then this one here was from the other set, but I think it will go good with this because of the other one there. It's got the darker color. Like I said, this one's easy to do. I just have to dust this off. This only gets wiped and dusted off, you know, a couple times a year when I'm just changing out my florals, because it sits kind of almost above my head by the front door, so I actually have to reach quite high. So I just don't get to dusting it as often as I should. And I do want to paint this because it's got some really nice rose details up here. So maybe this summer I will paint it. I'm not quite sure what color. I might just take some type of a highlighting color thing and do like a dry brushing just to highlight some of the detail. Probably in a gold, because gold is the color, is the accent for my house. Break that off. There. So now this one is really easy to do. I'm just going to put this one in, and put this in, and this one here, and there we go. This one is done. It mostly just needed to be dusted, although when it sits up there, I've got it at the wrong angle. So I'm going to move this around because I did it, but I put them in the wrong way. Like that. There we go. So now that will just sit back up by my front door. I'm just going to set this down because I just don't feel like reaching up there. I have to get the step stool to put that one back up. Next, I will do this one. This one I bought from this one I bought at a secondhand store. Paid a couple bucks for it. I don't remember, but it was originally from Home Sense. Can't quite make out what's left on, so they got it from the clearance thing, so they didn't pay full price, but they said it's compared to about normally be $38 at some place. So they paid, looks like it said either $15 or $18. I didn't pay that. I got this at a secondhand store. I think I paid $8 for it. And I know it had some Christmas florals in it, and I've used the florals in other arrangements. Now this is the one that I wanted to use. Wait, no, I made a mistake. I had these. These ones I wanted to put in the white jar, so I forgot. No, this one here, I keep. These are the ones that I use in this one, is this bundle. I love the color contrast of the browns with these greens and blues, I guess. So I'm just going to take these two big ones out. I'm just going to put these ones back in. And let's put these ones back in. And this one is done because this is usually all I usually have in this one. So this one is now finished. Where this one sits, I can't put too much in it because my cats eat whatever florals I put in this one. My cats go after, so they eat these ones all the time. I know it's probably not safe for them because it's dyed, but I can't help that. Okay, bring this white one back because I forgot I was going to add these to it just to give it some more height. There, that's going to help. That's going to give it some more height by the front door. There, that looks better. There, now that one is done. I forgot about that, but that's okay. That's one of those things, you know. It's easy to, you know, if you add florals when you're doing your arrangements, if you miss one or you put the wrong ones in, it's easy to take them out and just redo them. Or if you don't like the way it looks, just take everything out and start again. Now I just gotta grab this little bucket here. To do this last one, it's got all the little things in it. I bought this at a yard sale, and it had a massive candle in here surrounded by florals. And I actually have taken the candle and melted it down, and my kids made little candles for their teachers one year. It's just a big white pillar candle that they had used. I paid a lot of money, and I said, but I loved this size and shape of this hurricane vase. And in fact, I've got a couple smaller hurricane vases. I know I had 3 smaller ones. I think I might actually only be down to 1 small one now, because they break over the years with kids and pets. So now for this one, I'm just going to put the blue ones back in. I don't want the white ones. Because there's different things. So this is going to take a few minutes, and it's going to be so loud pouring these into here. So I will be back when I get all the blue little plastic. These are plastic. These white ones are also plastic. These I've got at a secondhand store, I think Value Village or Salvation Army years ago. And then all these white little beads. Got a couple different packs of them, different shapes. So I got some that are more round, and then some that are more like an oval shape. So I'll be back when I get all the blue ones into here. Alright, so I got all the blue in here, and then I remembered when I've got just all these here, then they just kind of sink, and then you need so many to fill your container. I forgot, so I had to run down and grab a vase for kind of like give some to fill up the space. So I went down and grabbed one of my large cylinder vases. I'm just going to hope this one fits here. Yes, it does. And it's clear, and this is clear, so sometimes you can see it, but then it gives it that double wall effect, which is kind of neat. So now I can just put the beads around, and then I'll have more of the vase will be full of beads, like that. So I'll be back when I get these back in here, just so it's not, because that's going to be so loud, and I can do it, dump it and I can dump it faster, but it'll be so loud, and it echoes in my house because I've been clearing this out, and I've noticed that more and more. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so now you can see that when I didn't have the vase filler, it only filled to about here. Adding this extra vase, it's now more than half full. That's also why I did have some of the white. So I think I will put the layer of white on the top just to kind of hide this double effect. I also I don't know, I don't have to get like the straight blue for where it's going to be sitting at the moment. So I'm going to put the white on the top. And I've got to sort through all the rest of this stuff here. So I'll be back when I get all the white on top of the blue. Okay, I'm really liking this look with the blue with the white on top. I've done different patterns before. I'll have white at the bottom, or I'll have like a blue, white, blue, white, blue. I guess I have to have 3 layers of blue, 2 white, or I've had blue, white, blue. But I do like this. And then it helps just to really hide, like, you know, there's not a lot of the inner glass showing. Now, if I wanted to, I mean, I do have all these other clear beads. I could pour it up on top, but I don't want to do that. I just like these two. I'm just making sure, and I'm just trying to find which side is the nicest. Now, there is still little bits of things because I didn't wash this out. These are actually real leaves. The last time I actually used this, I actually had real florals in here, so these beads were actually submerged in water. So that's why they're very dirty and they really need to be cleaned, but if I want to spend the time to wash and dry them all just so I can make my quick floral arrangements, not at the moment. I will wash them before I reuse them for real florals. Or not florals, but I use them for real flowers when I do my real floral arrangements with my roses from my garden. That's more time, or my husband gets me florals, then I put them with real water, and this is the one I love to use. And then I don't need the inner glass because the water lifts up the water lifts up the little rocks, and these are plastic and they actually pretty much almost float. So like, well, if I add water, I can get them to come right up, maybe about like, it's a hurricane, so it kind of tapers down a little bit. So right about here is where I fill it with water, and then the rocks just come all the way up, and I can use just the blue. And then I might put some of the white, sprinkle a little bit of the white ones throughout. But I'm going to leave that for now. I'm just going to grab the florals that I was going to use for this one, because I really want to do these Easter ones. So it's these ones. And because of how tall these are, what I really want is I want most of this floral to be below this edge. So for these, sometimes I snip my floral stems. Most of the time I bend. So I'm just going to bend these because I just want the nice floral arrangement to mostly be inside like that. So maybe a little bit taller. So that's the one thing, is you can always just re-bend it and make them a little taller. Let's see. I do want it to be, yes, like that. So about like that is what I'd like to do. And these ones actually have some of the Easter eggs on them. So these would be going from spring to Easter, and then I don't have to do anything until I do my summer stuff. There, see? Nice, quick, easy floral arrangement here. Go this way, like that. So I got those in there. And this is the ones that I want to use, these ones here, in here as well. But I'll have to fix them. So I'm just going to set those ones aside for now because I'll have to go and fix them. So let's see, I've got these ones here. Maybe I'll just use these ones instead for now. Just going to tuck these in here. When they don't want to bend, or you want them to bend, it's a little tricky sometimes. I do want to make some of these last two just a little longer so they can just kind of stand up from the center. Oops. If I want to stand it from the center, maybe I don't have to bend it. There. And then this last one here. Just push it right there. There we go. So I've got that floral arrangement done. Now I just have one more, because I think with these ones, I'll repair these ones and I'll put them in a smaller container. I think they'll look nicer on a smaller vase on my dining room table, actually. So now I'm just going to set this down. So now I have one more to do. And that is this floor size one. So I'm just going to move my camera back. I'm just going to put this on the floor because this is this really tall vase. It's up to like, my middle of my thigh kind of. So this is the one that I'm going to put the lilies in. So it's very easy. It's going to be just a very simple one. Again, all I have to do is just snip the price tags off. Make sure I grab all 6 of these. With without cutting the flowers, which I have done before. Oops, and I got this other little one here. And I'll just set them in here. I've got to re-vacuum, and like I said, I never got to mopping my floor yesterday, so I will have to vacuum and mop today. So I'm throwing stuff on my floor. It's okay for right now. And I'm hoping that the way that I can get these to sit in is I can just get the lilies to come up in a spiral, so then they'll look like it's one long stem spiraling up. And if it doesn't work, I can always, if it doesn't want to work or stay, I can always go and grab my floral tape and actually just tape the stems. So they will do that. But I think it's going to work. Of course, as it gets higher out of this, I don't know where the stem, how much of the stem I can, where's the last one, the highest I can go. Okay. Okay, so they're already starting to like turn, and they're turning the wrong direction. It might be a little too early to have, I guess these would be like Easter lilies out, but I don't care. The store has them. I like them. I will never have real lilies in my house. I don't think I could ever afford to have a nice bunch of real lilies in my house, but having a nice little display like this, it's gonna look so nice. Now, there's a couple real florals I really want, and what is it called? The orchid. There was a couple orchids I love, and I had an orchid one time, and it lasted a couple years. And then we moved in the winter, and I think I don't know if moving it wrecked it, or if by the spring we had a kitten. So all I know is by the middle of the summer, my orchid was gone, but I had the orchid for quite a few years before that happened. So I don't know if it was the winter move or the new kitten that wrecked my orchid. But I would love to get a new orchid, but they're, the one I saw, it's like $35. I'm like, yeah, I just don't know if I feel like spending that kind of money on a plant at the moment. Like, I know I would love to at one point get one, but right now, no, I think I'm just going to stick with the artificial ones right now. I'm just trying to get my greenhouse to work and get my seeds pretty soon. I've got my seeds. I'll be starting those in the next couple of weeks. So I think I'm just going to stick with the greenhouse and trying to get my garden growing this summer. And then maybe do the orchid, maybe get an orchid at the end of this summer, and then I can just baby the orchid all winter, because I feel like it'd probably not be a good time to get the real orchid if I really want to do the outside garden stuff right now, or get ready to do that. So there, this one is done. It just wants to bend out more. turn in a little more. No, I don't like that now. I had it where I wanted it and then it turned. There. So I just want to kind of get some of these leaves and florals just kind of just a little bit going out there so you can see them, separate them a bit. That's there. I guess I'll just play around with this later today so you can see the lilies a little bit better. If I can just kind of bend them and bring them down so they're not just standing like straight up. I don't mind if they want to, but I would just like to be able to see the center because they look so good. There, that's looking a lot better. Just gonna bend this one this way, and bend this one more this way, and bend this one a little more this way, like that, there. Now we've got lilies going in every direction, and this one I was gonna set over here by the fireplace, so you can just see how tall, so if I had the camera go facing that corner, you can just see how tall the vase is with the lilies, because then the plant that's the one that's next to it on the pedestal with the lavender. Okay, so I'm just going to set my floral arrangements up where they're going to go, and I will show you what they all look like. So here's a close-up of that lavender and the dried floral arrangement. I do like it. I will have to go and get some more of the lavender. I don't think I need any more white, maybe one more white, but I'd really like to get 2 more of the dark purple and 2 more of the light purple just to add to this, so then I can get some of the lavender up here and build it up higher. And then here is those little lilies. I love the way they look. From across the room, they do really look real. So I think I will go and get some more of those lilies, whether or not I use them this year, just to have them, because at $1.75 for one stem where you get the 2 lilies and then the 2 buds, it's worth it. So I will definitely be going back to the dollar store to get more florals for those 2 arrangements. And then over here by the door, like I said, on the pedestal, I have this one. I think I'm going to trade it out with the other vase that I had made. So over here on this table here, I've got this one. I walked by, or when I was walking, these were moving. I'll have to redo that. So I'm going to have to redo these just because when I was walking, they kind of got stuck to each other. And so I'm gonna have to redo that. And then this one, it's hard to see this one here. So I'm just gonna quickly trade this one and that white one out and see how it looks. So I took those wispy florals out, and I like this with just the simple flowers in that vase. And then same with this one, putting that white one here with the dark natural florals just looks so much better in this corner. And then I really like the way this one now looks because it's got the dark jugs right above it. It just makes it look better just by rearranging where I put the florals and what goes in each one. But my favorite has to be the lilies. So I definitely have to go and buy more lilies. Every time I look at it, they look so real. And even the lavender, I mean, from a distance, they look so real. As you get closer, they still look pretty real, especially next to the real, like, dried stuff. So that is 5 floral arrangements that I have done today. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channels, watching my videos, and I'll see you all in my next ones. Bye.